Okay guys, just wanted to show you this little solo XP farm. It's really good. You're basically ranking up every time you complete a run, and you'll come away with your inventory full of rare and legendary items. Perfect for solo players looking to rank up fast, but if you've got a squad with you, this also works as well. The XP farm in question is called the Ruins of Eridu, and it's located here. The nearest town portal is not too far away, as you can see, but before we head on in, we're gonna need to do a few things to make sure we're getting as much XP as possible. And by the way guys, if you find this video useful, then please consider supporting this channel on Patreon. I'm a solo creator and I put a lot of time into each video, so your donations will massively help keep the channel going. Sponsor the channel at patreon.com/gaming with Griffin. Okay, back to the video. The first thing we need to do is craft this elixir. It's the elixir of demon slaying. That's because there's going to be a lot of fallen enemies and demon enemies in the cave, and the elixir of demon slaying does 20% extra damage to them both. Not only that, but it gives you a 5% XP boost on top, and these effects last for 30 minutes, so definitely make sure to have an elixir going at all times. Next, empty your inventory. You'll want as much space as possible in your inventory because soon it's going to be filled with rare and legendary items. And finally, make sure your character build has a few area of effect attacks. This cave we're going to is full of mobs, and area of effects really help damage everyone around you at once. As a barbarian, the whirlwind attack is really useful, as is the Call of the Ancients ultimate. That's what I've been using quite a lot, but if you're a different class, just select an attack for that character that does damage in a wide radius. You want to damage as many enemies as possible in one go. So now we're all nice and prepared to enter the Ruins of Eridu. Now the mission in here is pretty simple, just eliminate everyone you see. So run around taking out anyone who dares approach you. But there are a few ways to make the job easier. A technique I like to use is baiting a bunch of enemies over to you, then leading them to one of these pillars. These pillars give you a temporary power boost. One of them might make you invulnerable for 30 seconds, another might eliminate all cooldowns, and these really help in thinning out the crowds. Another thing you can do is aggro enemies, then lead them to a choke point. Once they're in a choke point, like say a narrow gap in the cave wall, then they're less likely to surround you, and as a result you can make the fight much more manageable. So find choke points and use them to your advantage. And the final thing I recommend doing is resetting the dungeon so all the enemies respawn and you can take them out over and over again. And for that, all you're going to do is exit the dungeon, hit escape, hit leave game, then load back into the game, and when you go back into the dungeon, all the enemies will respawn. So that's how you reset the dungeon to keep on farming it for XP. So I'll leave you with some gameplay of this XP farm, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, then subscribe to the channel and become a sponsor of this channel on patreon.com/gaming with Griffin.